Okay, so get this. In Papua New Guinea, two wildly different stories are happening at the exact same time. One of them might end in a prison cell, while the other could launch a brand new business. Today, we're going to look at these two completely opposite paths and try to figure out what it all means. Let's jump in. First up, we've got a story that honestly sounds like it's straight out of a movie. On one side, you have this promising university student, but on the other, you've got accusations of a pretty elaborate criminal scheme. So the big question is, which one is the real story here?
All right, so let's dive into that first story. It all revolves around a young guy named Gabriel Supaka. He's a third-year student studying social work at the University of Papua New Guinea, which is a big deal. But the charges he's facing, well, they are a world away from his textbooks.
So here's the breakdown of what he's actually accused of. Gabriel Supaka, just 24 years old, is looking at 30 counts of stealing. And the core of the accusation? That he was impersonating a police officer to get money out of a company called Newski Pacific Limited, right in the capital city of Port Moresby.
And check out the amount of money we're talking about here. $69,000. That's more than 18,000 US dollars. The story goes that he claimed these funds as allowances by convincing the company he was a real cop running a 36-person team. I mean, if it's true, that's a seriously bold move. And listen, this wasn't just a one-time thing. The allegations say this went on for nearly a whole year. It all came to a head when he was arrested on his own university campus on October 10th. His next court date is set for December 11th, so this story is definitely not over yet.
So you have that story, a path of alleged deception and crime, right? But at the very same time this was all unfolding, a completely different kind of story was taking root. One that wasn't about taking, but about building something better, from the ground up. Let's switch over to that now.
Okay, so let's completely switch gears. Let's leave the courtroom behind and head into the community. While that whole legal case was developing, a very different narrative was playing out in a place called West Tarcata, and the focus here was all about building up, not tearing down.
The heart of this second story is a financial literacy training program. Now, what is that really? Well, it's basically giving people the tools and the know-how to handle their money. Things like budgeting, saving, even investing. It's the absolute foundation for building a stable life and a stable community.
And the goal here is huge. It's about empowering people to move past just cash in hand jobs and actually start their own real businesses. We're talking about creating a whole new wave of small and medium-sized enterprises that could totally change the economic game for West Tarka. So there you have it. Two paths. On one side, a university student whose entire future is on the line because of these charges. And on the other, community members learning the skills to build a brand new future for themselves. Both are real, and both are happening in Papua New Guinea right now.
It really just boils down to this, which sums it all up perfectly. You've got alleged wrongdoing on one hand and community empowerment on the other. These two very different forces are both shaping the country as we speak.
And that really brings us to the big critical question, doesn't it? When you look at the future of a place, what matters more? Is it the headline-grabbing stories of alleged crime, or is it the quiet, steady work of people in a community trying to build something better? Which path will end up defining the future? Seriously, I really want to know what you all think. Which one of these stories do you feel is a better sign of where the country is headed? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. And hey, if you found this explainer interesting, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share it with a friend. It really helps us bring more stories like this to you. Thanks for watching.